Donaldson into right center field, hit a ton. This baby is way back. On here.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel, and here we have the Great Bambino, and he's with the Boston Braves, brand new in box. This is going to be a Babe Ruth bobblehead, going to give it away. If you want this bobblehead, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, because when I hit $2,000, this bobblehead's going out to a lucky subscriber, and I draw that name right on video. No bullcrap. You got a legit chance to win this bobblehead. Hit that subscribe button, help the channel grow. Let's talk about Josh Donaldson. Josh Donaldson has got to be the biggest free agent still out there. He is available, and there are teams interested, including, of course, the Braves. They'd love to have him back at the hot corner after that great 2019 season he had. Now, Donaldson is a guy, when I was doing my overrated video, I was thinking, this guy does seem a little overrated. I think he's injury prone. I don't think he's anything close to what he was back in 2015 when he was winning MVPs and whatnot. So I looked up the stats and I said, holy cow, I knew he had a good season, but it was better than I thought. This guy really had a nice year in 2019. 37 bombs, 94 RBIs, 379 on base, 6.1 wins above replacement. When I looked at those numbers, I said, well, I cannot put him on an overrated list at this point because this guy just tore it up that year. But he is 34 years old. He did come off a couple of tough years where he had a lot of injury issues. So he figured he had to sign a one-year deal, which is what he did. He signed a one-year contract with the Braves, and he went and he absolutely raked. He had a great year, and now he's in line for not a 1 year, not a 2 year, not a 3 year. He's looking for a 4-year deal, and teams are going to give it to him. And the Braves reportedly have already said, we'll give you your 4-year contract if you want it. I'm not sure it's a good idea for the Braves to do it, and I'm going to talk about why, but that's out there, and he is going to get more than likely a 4-year deal, either from the Braves. If not the Braves, there are other teams interested. The Rangers were in talks earlier. They've kind of fizzled out. Now the Twins are a team. But the biggest team in the mix, other than the Braves, has got to be the Nationals, because they need someone to replace Rendon, who signed with the Angels. Now, the Nationals have made a couple of signings. I've talked about it. Asdrubal Cabrera. They signed Castro from the Marlins, former Marlin. But still, they will bring back, or they will bring over Donaldson if they can, and put him over at third, because that is an unbelievable bat. At least last season he was. My question is, if he signs a 4-year deal, are you going to get that kind of production? At least you have to get it right, at least in year 1 and hopefully in year 2. I understand when he's 36, 37, down the end of that contract, it might not start, might have some problems. But this is a guy who was injury prone the last couple years. He signs a 1-year deal. He tears it up. He had a great year. He deserves a contract. He deserves to continue to play Major League Baseball. There's no question there. But this contract, this 4-year deal, by the way, I guess I should mention what the value of it is going to be. And we're looking at over $100 million. Yeah, over $25 million per year for Josh Donaldson, who's going to be 34, 35, 36, 37, almost 38 by the time this contract is up, if it's signed. So the question has to be asked when we're looking at the Atlanta Braves, do they have other options at third? They actually do. Are they as attractive as Josh Donaldson? No. But are they going to make a big enough difference that you should go sign this guy for 4 years, $100+ million? That's the question I would be asking. It looks like the Braves are willing to pay it. It's probably going to happen, but we got to wait and see, because they do have a couple of options at third I'm going to talk about, including Johan Camargo, but more importantly, Austin Riley. Riley was a first-round pick in 2015, and in 2019, between AAA and Major League Baseball, he hit 33 bombs. He's got power. He hit 288 in AAA, so he can hit in AAA. In 80 games of Major League Baseball, his average ended up being only 226. Not too great, but that was his first year. The guy's 22 years old. Riley came up when he first got promoted, and he was absolutely tearing it up. He looked awesome for a while. He hit 16 bombs in his first 183 Major League at-bats. In his first 30 games, he was hitting 298 with 11 home runs before he tanked towards the end of the year. Quite frankly, he just had a horrible final month and really slumped, and that's why his numbers ended up being not as impressive. And he did strike out 108 times in 297 plate appearances with only 16 walks. That is the issue. So now a lot of Braves fans, and including the Braves front office, seem like they don't really like this guy anymore. Austin Riley seems more like a depth piece or even a trade piece at this point. They want Donaldson. But the question is, would you rather have Donaldson for 4 years, over $100 million? Is he going to bring that kind of production at that age? Honestly, anything could happen. The guy could just break down. The guy could get injured. The guy could just fall apart anytime. It is a risky move, I believe. The Braves already looking pretty good. They really do. They're pretty deep. They got pitching. They got hitting. And you got Camargo. And if not, you got Riley. Two solid up. Camargo had a great season in 2018. Hit 18 home runs. He started pretty much all season at third for the Braves. Then all of a sudden, of course, they brought over Donaldson. Coming off the bench, he didn't play as well in 2019, but he's an option. I don't know. Braves fans, let me know. What do I know? I didn't watch Austin Riley with my own. I mean, I saw him a little bit, but, I didn't watch him every game and watch how he completely fell apart and what's wrong with his swing. Maybe he just doesn't have what it takes to be a big leaguer. I can understand that. But at the same time, I don't know if I'd want to give Josh Donaldson, despite his great 2019, $100 million plus for 4 years. I feel it's pretty damn risky if he could go out there and struggle. I'd rather put that money towards improving the pitching or bringing someone else a little younger. I'm not all about get younger. Again, he deserves a contract. He deserves to play. I just don't know about 4 years, $100+ million. That's asking too much if I was a GM. The guy's injury prone. He's shown to be injury prone the last few years. He's 34, 35. Oh, it's risky. It's a risk. But if it's a risk you got to take, it's a risk you got to take. The GM's got to make that decision. The front office has got to make that decision if you want to take that risk. I personally feel like if I'm the Braves, I pass on Donaldson for 4 years, $100+ million. I pass on that. And I see what we got with Slater. I was thinking of Austin Slater. Trust me. You all want Austin Slater? Send us Austin Riley. We'll send you Austin Slater. Done. See what they got with Austin Riley, and that's how I would handle it. If Riley's not performing and he's just not doing it, you got another guy in Camargo who can go in there and get the job done as well. I mean, and you can do some trades. You can make some moves. You can get it done. But I just don't know. I know Braves fans want this guy, Donaldson, and I understand that. And you want to win a championship, and if it brings a championship, it's all worth it. I'm just worried about giving that kind of contract to somebody who's coming off one great year because he knew it was a one-year contract. He absolutely tore it up, and I don't know how he's going to do on a 4-year deal. It's worrisome to me. I would think more in the ballpark, 2 to 3 years maximum would be a contract that would be not, and give him, a nice 20, maybe $20 million a year. If that's not going to work, which it's not, then go ahead and pass. That's just my take on it, but what do I know? Thanks so much for joining me today on this quick video. We're talking about Josh Donaldson. He's still out there talking about the Braves, talking about Babe Ruth bobblehead. If you want that bobblehead, hit that subscribe. I've already sent a bobblehead out to a subscriber. I'm going to send another one out to a subscriber. Hit that subscribe button. Talk to you guys later. Thanks again. Check out my links in the description. Check out my Twitter. Check out my Patreon. Check out my website, HummBabyBaseball.com. Talk to you next time. See ya! When the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby. Every time the chips are down, it's bye-bye, baby. History's in the making at Oracle Park.